that's a really huge advantage.
Yeah, flexibility is so important, especially if you're a small company or a startup, because if you will not be flexible, you might have the right answer from the beginning and you will be a unicorn within 2 years. And it doesn't happen that much, but you need to know how to be flexible. And in general, flexibility is something that we truly need right now because we're living in this uncertain time and nobody knows anything. I don't know anything. Maybe you do, but I don't know anything.
We know something.
Yeah. So what is your number one tip for innovation leaders within corporates, inside a company?
Yeah. So based on my experience, the number one tip will be on the startup side. For many years that I did the same thing that I'm doing now, I was on the corporate side. I looked at from the point of view of the company that hired me. We want to do X, and this is what I want to do with the startups I'm partnering with. Now I'm working completely different. I'm putting myself on the side of the startups. I'm working for the startups, with the startups, and my goal is to have them successful. And I found out that eventually, by doing that, the corporate that I'm working for will be successful too. You need to understand the challenges of the startups, because when you are asking something, it should be reasonable. You need to understand, the average entrepreneurs, they're facing so many challenges. And on the corporate side, everything is convenient. We have our salary every month, we have our car in the office, and it's very nice. But you need to remember what's happening to those startups that you are asking them to partner with you, because that's your KPIs, so we want that too. But you need to look at that from their point of view. Otherwise, it usually will not work.
Yeah. I think that in general, if managers and leaders from big corporates could really understand the way that the entrepreneur is thinking and doing his daily activities, it could help them understand things differently. I wouldn't say they need to go and open a startup, but to understand that it's not like if you will succeed, it will be very big. And if not, you might lose your house. Like it's that big for them.
Yeah.
And when you're delivering something which is so substantial to your life, you cannot just do it like, halfway, 5%. Maybe I'll do it in the weekend. You need to be all in. And when you're doing something all in, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. So
and the challenge is to communicate it to the people inside the organization. Obviously, I'm Lior, I'm doing innovation for SAP, but SAP is a big company. I need to communicate with so many people within SAP to promote one startup, and I keep, very important to keep them in the same point of view of doing things for the startup. Eventually, the corporate will benefit as well.